All right, boys and girls, you are moving on to a new unit, which is watercolor. You should have a paintbrush, a watercolor puck that you collected from school. When you do this unit, you are going to need a piece of tissue paper or paper towel, a bucket of water. So just because you're one color, you're probably thinking, Mrs. Cam, what can we do? There are lots you can do. So I'm just going to show you some example of what I've experimented with and trying to come up with what you guys can do. So this one here, I have one like this, and this one as well. So these are all possible for you to do with one watercolor. So what you would need for this particular lesson is you are going to, I think I gave you 4 watercolor paper. So you're going to take out the first one, and everybody has a paintbrush. Everybody's paintbrush is slightly different size. What you are going to do, you are going to be making a gradient. What that means is you're going to go from dark to light, and you're going to try to make as many steps as you can. And what we're going to do, you're going to go put your paper on landscape mode. You are going to dip your brush. Now remember, watercolor is it's very different from paint in a sense that it is transparent. It's not a solid color. So we're gonna, and watercolor is made out of pigments. So the more pigments, the stronger the color. So you're gonna just start off in the middle. You're just gonna go here, make a little space. You do a square or rectangle would be good. And then you are going to decide. I'm gonna go a little darker, so I'm gonna rub a little bit more of the pigment off. It doesn't seem darker, so I'm gonna go in and get a little bit more color. Now with this watercolor, you should be able to get at least 5 variety. And I'm gonna go a little bit darker, so that means I have to wet my brush and try it again. Here we go. Ooh, that's darker. Now remember, whenever you're using a brush, you have to keep your wrist loose. Okay, if you're too tight, then you're like writing. There you go. I wonder if I can go darker. Wow. Now you notice my puck is not soaked with water, so make sure you keep it light. Oh, there's dark. I think this is the darkest that I can go. So at least you can see for the dark section, I can go 4. Now I'm gonna go light, so I'm gonna wash my brush a little bit. Go a little lighter. Actually, I'm gonna try to go the lightest first. Ooh, that's not very light. I need more water. That is not very light. So to wash the pigment off, you just wash it in the water. So I'm not even dipping in there. Oh, that's very light. That's probably the lightest I can go. Pick up some of the color here. Oh, I can go lighter. You sort of have to experiment a little bit. So I'm gonna go a little darker. I'm not even gonna use the color, but I have some drops of water on the side. I'm just gonna use that and see if I can make it darker. And maybe I'll go in a little bit, just very little, to add the colors. Maybe a little bit more. So there you go. So I have my gradient from light. Oh, this probably is the lightest. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So let's see how many you can do. I'd like you to try it twice. So now that I feel like I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're gonna go from lightest to darkest with 8 gradient. Okay, so use your watercolor paper for this part. If you have any question, feel free to send me an email. Have a great week.